I haven't got any notifications. Oh boy.
Didn't I go to Guthrie News page?
Yeah, got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I got notification. Yeah, it's there.
There it is.
Well, I'm trying to figure out.
Like, Rhonda, of course, is watching. The first one to start watching is my sister.
She's very loyal, Ron.
Very loyal family member.
Yeah, good lady.
And look at that. That's what we kind of need. See that? It just comes instantly on and everybody clicks it. We've already got more viewers than we did on the second banana.
What happens when you got tens of thousands of people that get to this page? Oh, number 2, Janet Evans.
And Janet.
You guys' family's awesome.
So if I hit send.
Hey, Aunt Janet, did you get my doctor's appointment
Oh boy,
made for me?
this is.
Well, I gave her my insurance card because she wanted me to go to the doctor because I'm out of some meds or whatever. But I told them, I don't need medication because the refills ran out. Once the refills run out, that means you're healed. You're cured.
Either that or you flush them all down the toilet, you're better.
Correct.
Yep.
So she says she's going to get me.
I got to fix that. Phil.
What happened? What did I do wrong? I like this pillow.
Put him in there, yeah.
I like this pillow. It's comfy.
So the king is watching.
It's a little chilly in here.
Yeah. Rhonda, can you confirm that for me if Aunt Jenna made me a doctor's appointment? Thank you.
There's Julie Green, blasting game.
No one's commenting though, right now. Correct.
I don't see anything.
Well, Shirley did.
Okay.
Shirley
Well,
said
yeah,
watching.
I got those comments. Make sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to do it with my phone. I'm used to doing it from a computer,
Uh-oh.
but look at me. I can do it right here from my phone. Ain't that crazy?
King. Hey,
I can
fellas.
put the comments.
Yeah, it's pretty
from
cool.
your phone,
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. See, I just now got my open mic podcast still, so
Zach is watching. Hey, Zach.
we'll give it a few more minutes to let folks get in.
Yeah, I need people comment. I need some stuff.
I think we're good.
Why don't you criticize Ronnie's hat? He's wearing a hat.
So, I didn't even notice. So, what's crazy is when, like, how many people on Facebook right now does it say?
33.
Okay, so what's crazy, and I don't know, this is a pre-show. We'll get started here in just a second. Like, if I go to a house fire and I go live, it's like 500 people.
What's a house fire?
If I go open, hold on, listen. But if I go like open mic here, it's like 35. How's it?
It's gossiping. People like to gossip.
Well, no, but everyone gets
500 at a house fire.
Well, yeah, that's
no.
people being
I'm
nosy.
just saying. The second I go live, how does Facebook send out to more people?
I don't know.
No, more people interested in a house fire.
They see the deal.
It's like
Guthrie
you
News
can't.
page live at house fire.
Oh, so it's on the headline.
Correct.
I think you knew the answer to that, but we played along, so it all worked out.
So
for you.
when
you would think
when you drive down the highway and you see a car wreck, everybody slows down to look at it. It's
I
the
know,
same
but
thing.
you would think if
It's more interesting.
There was a plane crash today.
there was.
Chris tried to kill me once, tried to get me to fly to Guyman on.
Hold on, let's start the show real
Oh.
quick. I think we'll start. If not, they'll catch on, watch the replay. It's going to be harder for me to follow these comments, though.
I got him. Matt Crum, I couldn't agree more.
Yep, that's a good one.
Could not agree more. We could talk about that. New sport, coming to Guthrie, Oklahoma. The second new sport for junior high age kids in the last couple years, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be good. More to come, hopefully.
This is like the most unrun. I didn't even do any homework or anything on this still, so you guys gonna have to maybe lead the way here.
It's your show.
Your show.
It's your show. Open
Start
it
the
up.
show here, buddy.
Open it up. What?
Oh, it is our show, Phil. Special guest Chris Evans.
There's no special guest.
Well, you're the leader. Why didn't we have one of those welcome to the Oh Boy podcast?
Yeah.
Your design team hadn't gotten to me.
Oh,
We're playing this game.
clearly difficult relationships. Okay. That's good to know.
All right, so are we going to be all over the place or what?
Jennifer said that we're suckers for breaking news.
See, I told you. That's what it is. It's the headline. So change that thing to breaking open mic.
Oh. Big announcement.
Oh, yeah.
Big announcement.
That was
Big announcement coming up at 6.
That was funny.
So we should stop. So we got, what, 40 right when we first came on?
Yeah.
So we should stop the stream, start a new one with a new headline, breaking.
Yeah.
Big news coming.
We'll have to try that one time.
No.
Well,
We're just playing.
Well, you did it whenever we had first announced Second Banana.
Mama's watching.
Oh, I know,
Mama's
yeah.
watching. Mama's watching.
My mom?
Mama's watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I did.
Right.
I did say big announcement.
And people,
yeah.
people immediately got on and were like, okay, guys.
It was a big announcement for us.
This is the biggest letdown in TV history, is what Phil said.
Chris is the king of headlines. He gets ridiculed for one of his headlines on a regular basis.
And it was the right headline. Yeah. I try not to make it.
It's up for debate.
If I send a big headline or push
No,
notification,
it's legitimately
usually
something. Yeah.
Just because I know how other news agencies do all that.
Right.
Well, we've been hovering around 31, 33, so we can
Let's go, Dr. Simpson. I mean, Chris.
What'd you call me?
Huh? Chris.
The real Mike Simpson or the fake Mike Simpson?
Well, there's a couple profiles out there. Mike, somebody made a fake profile of Doc's.
Well, I could see that easily happening with his.
It was pretty obvious it was fake, though.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Ready?
Still, yeah.
Hello, welcome everyone to the Open Mic Podcast, along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. We are back, episode number 3, season 2 of the Open Mic Podcast. And it truly is open mic because we really don't have any hard topics. There's a few topics we want to get out there today, but we'll be glad to take your comments live. And we appreciate everyone catching us on here on Open Mic Podcast. We invite you to go to a lot of good stuff, including Second Banana Media. If you haven't caught on yet, Second Banana Media is where we're going to be a host of a whole bunch of new podcasts. Guthrie Chamber of Commerce will be here Monday. We got some stuff from out of state coming on. But a network of podcasting, it's called Second Banana Media. Check it out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We invite you to do that. And especially go to YouTube. Yes, and we need Second Banana Media, and we appreciate Cody Knox with all the cool graphics that he has designed for us. And but we need you to go to YouTube and subscribe to Second Banana Media because we need more views, more people to watch that channel, and that way we can get to do more stuff on YouTube. So Second Banana Media, and we appreciate everyone. We had a lot of people join Facebook here recently.
A lot,
and Twitter, Instagram, but we really need you to flood YouTube and Facebook with subscriptions. It's free, just like anything else. And also check us out, Open Mic Podcast, Guthrie News Page Podcast, High School Huddle Podcast. There's more coming. Oh Boy Podcast is coming on all your podcast platforms. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't like to watch us on Facebook or YouTube, but they love to listen. They love to listen on their favorite podcast platform, whether it be Apple or Google or Spotify. We are there. So wherever you get your podcast, find us there. Open Mic, High School Huddle, Guthrie News Page, and a few others coming soon, including Oh Boy.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we have some good stuff coming. We're going to highlight different businesses from around the country, not just the state, not just Guthrie, but we've got a lineup coming. We had a couple scheduled. Unfortunately, things happened. Some of these guys are growing their businesses very quickly. I had one guy had to reach out the day of, said, "Man, can we do it again in a couple weeks?" And things like that. So those things happen, but we look forward to bringing more interesting topics to talk about. We're going to do some stuff on education too. Yeah. Highlighting different teachers and different educators and administrators from around the state of Oklahoma. So it should be a lot of fun.
This podcast brought to you by our good friends at Mosquito Authority. It is coming that time of the year. The yard's looking good. I got the yard looking good. I got to put some fertilizer down. The lines are looking good.
Yeah, you're struggling, Phil.
The flowers are planted. I got a little bit more work to do in the backyard, but you want to get ready for summertime, get rid of those mosquitoes. ticks and flies. We work a lot. We work hard in the yard, and we have a pergola, and we like to enjoy looking at the grass.
What's it called?
A pergola.
That sounds very fancy.
But
It is
but
fancy.
you can't enjoy the night with friends
And is there, what do you,
and acquaintances without those daggum mosquitoes.
what do you typically have to drink at an evening under the, what do you call that?
Water, Kool-Aid,
What is it?
pergola.
Pergola. Is it Patron? I mean, what do you have there?
A variety of
Variety of
variety of
Kool-Aids and
Yes,
whatnot.
absolutely.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Mosquito Authority. Give us more about Mosquito Authority.
Mosquito Authority, you can reach my beautiful bride, Sarah Phillips, 580-380-3460. We'll get you signed up. We'll take care of all your mosquito, fly, and tick problems. My good buddy I just saw, Russell Rush, is watching, the legendary Russell Rush.
He's one of the best ever played.
He's watching, and as a matter of fact, we'll be out in Crescent next week. So if anybody from Crescent's out there listening on, go ahead and give Sarah a call. We'll get you signed up. We'll be out there next week. So yeah, just give us a call. We'll take care of you.
Appreciate that. And again, it's open mic. So if you're out there, you have a question for us, we'd be glad to answer that. A topic you'd like for us to talk about as well. And again, we appreciate Cody Knox. The new podcast that's coming up with Phil and Ronnie. I was a special guest, but those are coming here a little bit on Second Banana Media. But Oh Boy podcast. And Cody, I messed up. It's actually an O. There's no H. I messed that up earlier. I'll have to edit on the YouTube page. But Oh Boy podcast as well. And
Chris says
we'll work
that
on a
a lot.
logo for you.
Chris says, oh boy, a lot.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, usually when you say something or do something, I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy.
A lot of boys in press boxes.
So, can I throw out something?
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. You don't have to be a racing fan. You don't have to be in the equine of any kind. And you were excited and screaming at the top of your lungs if you happen to be watching the Kentucky Derby.
I didn't even know it was on until I got a message that
Kill his mic. Kill his mic.
I got an alert that somebody had won. I didn't even know it was going.
No, I mean, unbelievable. 80-1 odds. The second, there was a long shot that was 90-something to 1, but it's the second biggest long shot ever to win the Kentucky Derby. And they've got these incredible video shots of him from overhead. And that jockey, my gosh, that was a thing of beauty, how he brought that horse home down the stretch, and just unbelievable. But and what's cool for us, a local guy, right? A guy that's in South Logan County, lives in Edmond. Found out in the last, literally, I think 30 seconds for the deadline that he could get in. He got in and wins the whole darn thing. Unbelievable.
Bought the horse for $30,000.
Yeah, in a claim. Yeah, I mean, which
You're talking $6 million, $7-8 million horses in this race.
oh yeah,
$30,000 bill wins.
yeah, $30,000 bill wins it, but what's cool is the jockey had never ran at the Kentucky Derby. I don't know if the trainer had. I don't know about that. Probably had, but the owner, obviously, his first major racing event, and the Kentucky Derby. I mean, come on.
You didn't even have to watch it live to be screaming, and like the overhead shots of him navigating the field was. I mean, he, like Phil says, his second long shot ever to win the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
But this guy was dead last. It seemed like until the very last length or whatever you call it again. I don't know anything about horse.
It looked like a
racing.
video game the way that jockey moved.
Yeah.
He jockeyed in
Rich-
position.
But from the last.
We're gonna let that go. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. But the way he moved him around, and then that horse, just the desire to get there first was just obvious. And man, it was so cool,
Yeah,
so cool to watch.
He was like in 20-something place, like going to the last quarter mile or whatever it was, and he just.
It was unbelievable. It looked like a video game. I mean, it really did from over.
And the announcer did a great job.
Yeah,
He goes,
great call.
"Red strike on the. I was like,
Yeah, it
oh,
was a
my
great
God,
call.
That really got it.
See, I'm surprised that you don't geek out about that.
No, he does a good job. So you say a long shot.
Yeah.
Would it be like Kansas State winning the national championship in football?
Bigger.
Like this year?
Yeah. It'd be
something
like
like
the
that.
Thunder winning the NBA title.
Yeah.
I mean, it really would.
Yeah.
I mean, just an absolute long. Well, I'll tell you, I don't remember what Buster Douglas was, but when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike
in
Tyson.
Tokyo.
Knocked out Mike Tyson, I was in a movie the night it had, and when word started spreading through the movie theater years ago when he lost, Tyson
in
just got knocked out. Everybody was like, "What?" Nobody was watching the movie.
Did you guys get your phones out?
So, no, well, they had to have drove home to get the phones out.
What was that, 1988, I think?
I think that's right, 87 or 88. Yeah,
it's
right in
88,
there. Yeah. But it just but a long shot like that, I mean, just these impossible odds that nobody dreamed would ever happen. But congratulations to them. That's a big-time deal, and it's cool that it's a Oklahoma family that's the owner and gets to enjoy that ride. That's pretty cool.
Gets the trophy that's made in Oklahoma, correct? In the Kentucky Derby trophy made in Oklahoma
Midwest.
City or something?
Oh,
like
is
that?
it really?
I believe so.
So do you,
Oklahoma's everywhere.
We're the best state ever.
so do you run again, or do you just retire?
Oh, no,
No,
you got to
he's
go.
You go for the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
And finish dead last and just
Who cares? But I told Ronnie before we come in there, I said, because we talked, so well, he's not going to win the Triple Crown. I said, but what if he does? I mean, what if he does?
Yeah.
I mean, you just never know. I mean, the odds are heavily stacked against them, probably something like 80-1. But I mean, it can happen. You know, does it happen again?
Well,
you roll your eyes on my deal. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh,
for me.
that's our show. But I was listening to a radio yesterday or the day before, and they know a little bit more about Rich Strike than we do. And they said that he is a better colt, thoroughbred, or whatever you want to call it, horse longer distance. So the next two races, there's a long one and then there's a short one. So they're saying he's not going to do as well in the short one because he's better at longer races.
Yeah, the last one's the long race. That's the one that
Belmont.
So you already know more than me.
I think it's. I don't know if Belmont's because I'm not a race guy.
Preakness.
Yeah, Belmont is the
yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
Preakness and the Belmont, but the Belmont's the one that I always think of Secretariat.
Yeah.
You know, in the movie that came out, you know, of course, I grew up around people that love. We weren't in the racehorse business, although my Uncle Harold was for years with quarter horses. But they always talked about my dad and all of his generation always talked about Secretariat and how incredible of an athlete and horses he was.
I got to see the movie. Somebody suggested me the other day.
Oh, it's incredible. The last scene, you know, and it really was won by, I don't know how many lengths, but it was something stupid. You know, it wasn't even a race, and basically came out fast and never looked back and just ran this long distance, just all out, and just dominated everybody. But incredible, it's an incredible show.
You know, I saw my first horse race just a couple months ago. We went to Hot Springs, Arkansas, just a quick getaway type deal at Oak Springs, Oak Lawn. It was pretty cool.
Oh, you went to the races?
Well, it was just we were there for a massage, but the horse races was going on. But it was like a
time out.
It's like a casino. It's like around here. It's like
I'm throwing the flag on that one.
It was a racino.
Oh, casino, yeah. It's a casino that has
That's a
races.
thing?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Those are huge.
So is that what Remington Park's considered?
Absolutely.
It's like Remington Park, but with like hotel.
Is it bad when I walk in there, everybody yells Phil? Is that a problem? Phil.
They have all kinds of. They have like 3 or 4 of those in Ohio, I believe.
It was packed.
Wow.
It was busy.
Yeah.
It was like a.
Well, where I grew up in Eureka, Kansas, it
dog
was
races and stuff like that too.
Eureka, Kansas. They had a quarter horse track there. Quarter horse racing, obviously not as big of purses and things like that, but it's very big in those communities. And we'd go to the quarter horse races, and that was my first exposure to bookies. I never knew what bookies were. And the guy standing down there covered the bets, taking the bets, and I'm like, well, this is crazy, you know. So, yeah, but a lot of fun at Eureka Downs in Eureka, Kansas.
Have you ever seen the Seinfeld episode with Kramer and the racehorses? He's again. Okay, I won't. It's funny.
That makes me laugh just thinking about it.
It's funny. Okay, switching on topics.
Yep.
Earlier you said listen on the radio. I got it. When you get in your vehicle, do you listen to the radio?
I used to listen to talk sports radio.
Yeah.
But I haven't in probably 5 or 6 years. And the reason being is I've gotten addicted to books on tape.
Books on tape.
Yeah, or not on tape, but books. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a book.
Audiobooks.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha,
it used to be books on tape, but yeah, audiobooks.
Yeah.
On tape.
But you go download them. I'm old. You go download them, you know, and they're on your phone. That and I like to listen, as you know, the greatest music ever written was in the 70s and 80s, and rock and roll. And so I like to listen to stuff that I have on my phone.
Okay, and my wife does not listen to the radio. She's
I haven't
she's
listened
all
to radio in
podcast. You, Ronnie?
I like to listen to. Well, I did used to listen to Animal, but they kind of just get on my nerves.
Yeah.
And
So sports talk.
I like listen to Rick and Brad in the morning on the Cat. They're pretty good. They're pretty funny. But yeah, we listen to music. Yeah, we still.
I'm usually in my truck. I'm not in
I
my.
got 3 kids, so I mean,
Yeah,
If we're not listening to the radio, listening to music, we're playing Queen over the Bluetooth.
Yeah, see, I'm not in my truck for a
fancy.
long
Oh,
time.
baby, don't get me sing right
I'm not
now.
in the truck for a long time, so I don't have time to listen to a podcast or anything. So I'm usually the radio.
Yeah,
Usually when we're in a truck for a long time, we're going to an away football game for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things discussed on those trips.
those are fun.
Those are fun. Those are good times.
Okay.
What else you got, Chris? It's
Well,
your show.
You went.
That was your contribution?
It's Ronnie's turn.
Oh, it's Ronnie's turn.
my
Ronnie,
turn.
what do you got?
You're on deck.
Oh, no. You know what he's going to bring up? It's first on the list.
Well,
There's Casey Porter.
yeah, my good friend Casey Porter and Dodger Poke, he just got on, so I'd love to talk a little bit of Oklahoma State baseball.
Yep, number 3 in the country.
OSU,
Yep.
and OU softball just happened recently. I got the rankings right here. Oklahoma State is ranked number 3 in the country, 34-13. Number 1 ranked team is?
Is it a Big 12 school?
Oh, no.
No.
I'm going to go with.
I'm gonna go. Oh, go ahead, Phil.
It's a long. South Carolina.
Incorrect.
80-1 shot. Missed
81,
it.
you missed it.
Well,
I'm gonna go
took a shot.
Tennessee.
Tennessee's correct.
Oh,
Tennessee's right. They got the big closer, Ben Joyce, who throws, what is it, 105? Threw 105.5 the other day. That's the
I
guy.
saw that.
That's the guy.
The,
Yeah.
the gun was off. They're just looking for headlines.
So Vanderbilt's from Tennessee also.
Last I checked, yes.
Look, I mean,
All day long.
doesn't even have to.
You asked.
It doesn't even have to happen.
You asked me a question.
No, I didn't stay. I looked at you because I was going to say Lance Evans' favorite team, and you wouldn't even let me have a joyous moment with little Lance Evans. You had to go with sarcasm.
You asked me a question.
It wasn't a question.
By the way, I watched Mississippi State,
rough.
Georgia, somebody else. OU's moving the SEC in Texas. SEC.
Now that's a topic.
Their baseball facility. When OU gets there, they're going to be they're like dead last.
the A-ball.
Oh, it's so bad. That mean they look like professional minor league ballparks.
Oh, no,
they're big time.
I mean, South Carolina's been really good for a long
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so I don't
Sarah
know why
Carolina's
you
been good for a while.
rolled your eyes.
Well, let's see where they're at on the list. Oh, look right here.
Data to the
I didn't need
show
that
now.
to go. He's
They're not
bringing
even on the top.
stats and whatnot.
Grand Canyon is ranked 25th. South Carolina is not even on this list.
Is Grand Canyon in Arizona?
Yes.
Yes.
How would I ever have guessed that?
Private school.
Private school.
And they're decent baseball and decent basketball.
Yeah.
In fact, Dan Marley, he used to coach there, got fired.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Well, Coach Porter said the other day that actually somebody picked Oklahoma State to win the World Series this year. So
Was it Coach Porter?
it was not Coach Porter.
He's a pretty big OSU fan.
He's a big OSU fan. We went to a game this year. I'd love to get him on and talk about the new stadium, O'Brien.
O'Brien? Oh, he loves it.
He does not like it. He's not a fan.
I mean, you walk up, get any seat you
Did
want.
you clear this with him before taking this public?
Oh, I don't know, but he's put this out on DodgerPoke.com. He's already written about this.
It's not this
It's-
long.
it's-
It's this long.
Yeah, the field itself is beautiful. There's the turf, the grass itself.
What does he not like about it?
I'm getting there, Phil.
Okay, what is up with your family? I mean, what?
Can he
I
finish?
didn't know this was the hot seat. I didn't know.
I got to tell you the story.
Goodness gracious! Go ahead, Phil, Chris.
The field itself is beautiful. When we get in there, I looked at the grass. I said, Coach, is this turf? He's like, no, that's grass. So that's how nice the grass is.
Okay.
It is. But the problem is that we went there and we said, all right, we want to buy tickets, and they said, we'll standing room only. Okay, so we paid $5 to get standing room only tickets, and the place is empty. There's like hardly anybody sitting down in the seats behind and around the first base dugout, home plate umpire.
So it's not necessarily the stadium he doesn't like; it's the rules.
The rules, and he wasn't necessarily happy with some of the stadium either. Yeah. So again, but his biggest issue was seating.
Yeah.
About them making people having to pay high amounts of dollars to sit behind the field when people like him, who's a diehard OSU fan, who loves to go to these games, he can't afford to go watch the games behind the plate because it's not in his
What are
price
season
range.
tickets?
Oh, I have no idea.
That'd be interesting. I'd like to find out.
Yeah, a lot of them are corporate, and then obviously you can't give them away to all the games. So those are why those seats are just like an NCAA basketball tournament game. It's all corporate. It's not really a big fan base type deal. In a 20,000 arena, you might have maybe 10,000 true fans in there, and the rest of it.
And that was his point. The true fans cannot get behind and cannot get good seats. They got to stand out here in the sun where there's no shade or anything like that.
Right.
But he did mention that they did the second inning or whatever. They got on the PA and said, "Hey, find you an open seat behind home plate if you want." So they actually start letting people
do that anyway.
Yeah, they should do it anyway. I mean, because we were
just from the get go.
Yeah, when we went, whatever. I tried to sneak down there, and they're just like, "Got a ticket?" I was like, "Yeah, it's out there in standing room only. Can't sit here." I was like, "There's literally nobody in this section."
Ushers drive me crazy. Baseball ushers drive me absolutely crazy.
Well, they're just doing a job, guys.
Well,
the way they approach it though is horrible.
It's all training and development.
Yes, customer service skills is horrible.
It's true.
Well, angry.
I had experience when me and Sarah.
It's every time I go to the Major League Baseball game. Every time I go.
Here we go.
Any baseball field. Me and Sarah went to Wrigley back in 2008, right?
It's true.
Went to Wrigley in 2008. We run down there before the game started or whatever.
Like everybody else does.
And this lady, I'm here trying to get a baseball. Yeah. And this lady goes, "Sir, do you mind getting out of the way and let these kids here?" I said, "No, ma'am, I will not. I'm a Cubs fan. I've been dreaming my whole life to get this close to the field. These kids can come next time, or they can go down the road."
He's that guy.
I am staying in this spot.
Ronnie will run over an 8-year-old to get a foul tip.
So I went to the
baby.
In March.
She was so rude, like Chris was saying. She was so rude about it.
Really, so I go to George Strait concert, and
is this the night your vehicle got towed?
No.
Oh,
that was Tracy Lawrence in Denton, Texas. No, that was not breaking the law.
Well, apparently there's a $200, almost $300 ticket that says otherwise. Go ahead.
It wasn't a ticket; it was an illegal.
You call it what you want to call it.
Service.
It was a criminal.
Still
offense.
needs to be regulated. They should just be able to pick their prices.
Your brother's a criminal.
Talk about ushers.
But yeah, so I go to George Strait concert and I get my ticket. I'm just making up. I had good seats, but like section 12, row 5, seat 6 and 7. And they, "Hey, can I see your ticket?" I go, "No, I'm going." And they had to see my ticket to verify I was going to the right spot. If I was going to be in the wrong spot, the people that would be there would kick me out.
But what happens if there's that turns into a fist fight?
But
now you have a security problem.
But they don't do that to everybody.
So you got profiled.
I got profiled.
You got singled out.
What about you made them profile you?
I don't know.
You didn't have a cowboy hat on.
I didn't have a cowboy hat on.
Plastic cowboy boots.
That's what it is.
I didn't have plastic cowboy. You
weren't wearing your boots?
I think I went comfortable that night. I didn't wear boots.
You wear boots?
You had your hey dudes?
Didn't have those. I can't remember. It might have probably been in his tennis shoes.
What kind of boots do you wear? Flat toe, pointed toe?
Plastic.
I do not wear plastic.
Square toe or pointed?
Square. Plastic. They're not plastic.
Well, the first pair I ever saw you in was plastic.
They were like $130.
But they were a $130 pair of plastic boots. They were plastic.
You bought plastic boots?
Oh, yeah.
No,
let me paint a picture.
Don't listen to Phil.
Dead of winter.
You didn't buy Tony Lamas?
In a blizzard, out covering a story. I went with him because I think he was afraid his two-wheel drive truck was going to get stuck, so he had to have somebody push it out. And he gets out of the truck. The pants are tucked in. Remember, they were tucked in?
I didn't want to get my jeans wet.
They were tucked in. And I go,
that's what they do.
I look at them and I go,
if you have nice tops, they do, yeah. You have nice tops? What color are your tops?
Black.
Oh, that's not cool.
Oh, those, and they're pointed.
And they're plastic.
They're not plastic.
They were plastic.
I still have them.
They were glistening in the night air. I mean, you can see the plastic. But anyway.
To finish our baseball, softball deal, Jocelyn Allo, player of the year in the Big 12 Conference. Her and Grace Lyons won something like Defensive Player of the Year or something like that. So,
what a program that is.
Hey, we were looking this up. A good friend of mine's daughter is going to OSU. She got one more year of high school, but she's committed to OSU. She's a catcher, stud. Hey, Logan. But anyway, just a complete stud. And Danny and his beautiful wife, Holly, are big OU fans. And her daughter, so Danny kept walking in after she verbally committed to OSU. He begrudgingly has a black Oklahoma State hat on. He's been seeing more black and orange on Danny.
Yeah.
Over the last couple months, but Monday we were talking about OU's dominance in softball, and that is the only word for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing else for it.
49-1, wasn't it this year? I mean, which I hate because I'd love. How cool would it be to have a team go undefeated? I mean, how impossibly difficult is that?
Well, the best record, I think someone lost two games one year.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. But their number, we talk about the girl that hits cleanup for them. You just mentioned her name.
Nathan.
She bats in 2 spot. Jocelyn Allo.
She's a 2-hole?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And behind her is the
Tierra Jennings.
Okay, but she protects the 2-hole
very well.
very well.
Yeah.
I mean, and, so the 2-hole, she gets all the credit.
Well, she hits the most home runs ever.
Right.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get pitches, doesn't get opportunities if somebody behind her is not protecting her.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, so
they actually early in the season she hit the home run to tie it, and then she got walked for like 3 weeks straight.
3 weeks straight. It was crazy.
And I know when they played they played somebody the other day, and the bases were loaded with Jocelyn Allo coming back. I'm walking her.
Yeah.
I would rather give up
was
one run than
State.
4. And guess what happened?
Grand slam.
She hit the grand slam.
Jerked it, yeah.
Walker, what are you doing pitching to her?
And her batting average is like 485.
Yeah,
I mean,
485.
something stupid like that.
Sam was watching, and she was like, "Why don't they just walk her?" I was like, they'll try and do this." Grand
No,
slam. Yeah.
you walk her.
that's-
Yeah, you do what they did to Barry Bonds back in the day. You walk her.
Is this
But
pre-steroids or post-steroids?
It don't matter to me.
Mostly
It
post.
don't matter. To
He
me.
got walked a lot more than when a 38-year-old man puts on 40 pounds of muscle. Something might be up.
I mean, he got walked 1,500 times. Just imagine if he actually got a bat.
That's what bothers me about Barry Bonds.
He was good without it.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't
Nathan's
have.
watching now. He can help us with the.
He didn't have to. Barry didn't have to. He was going in the Hall of Fame no matter what.
It's never proven that he did.
Okay, all right. I didn't know you were a Bonds boy.
He's only one of the greatest players of all time.
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm agreeing
Top
with
3 probably.
Well, let's slow down. Pump the brakes a little
500,
bit.
500. Who else is in the 500, 500 club?
Well, I don't know. Who else was using steroids?
Not Babe Ruth.
Pitchers and the
Babe Ruth was using booze and cigars.
Okay, so what's
Hot
worse?
dogs.
So what's worse now? People who use steroids back in the day are pitchers using foreign substances all the time.
Well, I think that's part of
It's
baseball.
cheating. No, it's not part of baseball.
part of baseball.
It's part of baseball back in the day too. The steroid era.
if you don't
It was
get
all
caught.
part of baseball.
Just if you get caught.
No, it was part of baseball.
He got caught.
They didn't regulate it though.
He got
hardly.
caught.
Who got caught?
You know what the worst thing is
There's
the
never been
bad
caught.
thing is the entire lab that his name was all over got rated and shown, but there was never proven.
Yeah,
but,
never saw a positive test.
Yeah, never saw a positive test. But that's neither here nor there. But my point being, Ronnie, isn't that whether Barry Bonds cheated or not, he was great regardless. One of the greatest ever regardless is my point. But back to OU, because the true.
Well, real quick, Ernesto, that's where the asterisk comes in.
That's right. There's asterisks, but I've always made this argument. When people trot out Babe Ruth, they trot out Ty Cobb, they trot out all these old, back way in the day. Asterisks should be on every one of them because they were segregated league.
Yeah.
There's all these great players that weren't even allowed to play.
Yeah.
So I don't, to me, all of those records should have asterisks.
See,
next
to
them.
me, the Baseball Hall of Fame, it's a museum. It tells you the history of baseball. And that's part of history. That's what happened. The things that happened during steroid era, Pete Rose, all of his hits, that stuff needs to be in the museum.
Should Pete Rose be in the hall?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
100%. It's
No doubt.
There's no question.
See, I think like Pete thinks. He goes,
By the way, that
I
was
was betting
such
on us to win.
Yeah, he never bet
Well,
against them.
Well, like he was throwing the game.
I mean, he's still going 4 for 4.
It's just dumb.
We continue our sports talk here. Our OU insider, OU softball insider, cousin Nate.
Cousin Nate, yeah.
Although
the
went 8
insider.
games being walked when she was trying to hit the set
go.
the record. Yeah.
So this is a sad thing for these girls. Here's this unbelievable elite talent. She's got nowhere to go make money when this is over. When
She's
done,
making money
done.
now, NIL.
Right, but
but-
my
But yeah, I
point,
get
it's
you.
not a pro
Yeah,
league.
I got you.
I think because I've really gotten into fast pitch softball the last couple of years. It's a fast.
The sport itself has grown for the last 20 years.
It's a fast paced.
And it helps that OU's
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
and OSU's really, really good. It's
Well,
just
they're top
OU's
10
like
program.
OU's like on a different level.
She was amazing, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're very good. It just happened to be in the
Just
same
happened-
state with OU.
This happened to be OU's
Yeah.
that much more dominant than everybody else.
Yeah, but boy, I think you guys tell me if I'm wrong. I think a fast pitch women's professional league would go over. I think
they
people
have
would-
stuff like that with USA softball to some
Yeah.
level.
To some
It's just
degree.
It's not on TV like
Right.
like WNBA. Like nobody watches WNBA.
No, not
honestly.
very
I
many.
mean,
Yeah.
we're being serious. Nobody watches that.
But I just wish there was a
softball
place.
is more exciting to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it.
I mean,
it's-
OU Oshie was prime time on ESPN Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I don't know. I mean, I hope that happens for the ladies that are involved in that sport because we're as fans, we're the ones that are really missing out because even if she goes and plays for USA softball, it's just for a few more years.
Yeah.
I mean, because didn't they take them out of the Olympics and then bring them back in?
I think that was baseball.
Well,
Or wrestling,
I
you said for a little bit, too.
Well, no, I know wrestling and baseball both were. Wrestling was brought back in, but I thought women's softball was taken out also for a period of time.
I don't remember.
But whatever it is, they don't have the same opportunities, that the men do to go out and continue to play and to entertain us. And just looking at it from a fan's perspective, women's softball is highly entertaining.
And honestly, the NCAA and other TV networks dropped the ball.
Yeah.
When MLB went on strike and they pushed back the league, they could have been showing college baseball. They could have shown college softball on ESPN and doing all this stuff and actually getting those talents out because man, softball's pretty fun to watch. I mean, I'm not into
a lot of fun.
I'm not into all the antics and screaming and hollering and all the cheerleading and stuff, but the game itself is fun to watch. It really is.
And it's the pace of the game for me.
I went to
Nathan said there is a professional league, but the money and media coverage isn't there. Thanks, Nathan. I didn't know that. I mean, but boy, I hope it gets to a main. I want them to get to where they can,
like a double-A professional team, like Tulsa
just
Drill. It's just
something,
something that people can go out and go do.
yeah,
And
because
make
it's
it
so
fun.
entertaining. It's so entertaining. I found it late in life. If I hadn't moved to Oklahoma, I never would have watched women's fast pitch softball. I never would have watched it.
Yeah.
Well, USA softball's here, and of course Hall of Fame Stadium.
Yeah.
where the
And
national
it
championship.
also helps that the Guthrie Blue Jays are really, really good too. The softball ladies.
They really
Yeah.
are.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
they're really, really
And
good
young.
too.
And
young and good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to
Went
be
to Hall
fun.
of Fame Stadium last week for the slow pitch softball state
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah, it
The
was
first
cool.
time I got to go inside the renovated stadium
Cool
with the upper
facility.
deck and
Yeah.
That's press box.
It was nice.
Nice.
A little chilly.
No.
They didn't have crushed ice, but other than that,
But back to the OU
yeah,
softball.
he asked. I had to answer the question.
Crushed ice has nothing to do with the facility.
Well, it has a lot to do. I mean,
For Chris.
Bricktown has crushed ice.
If they don't, they
Do
better
they?
get some there.
We'll
He's
find out.
coming Saturday.
We'll find out Saturday, won't we?
Yeah.
If they still do
There's
it.
no crushed ice. Let me know.
But just to speak of
Yeah.
OU's softball's dominance,
Yeah.
49-1 or whatever it is, to when they lost to Texas in the very last game of a meaningless series that they had already clinched, when your rival bawls and cries because they beat you,
Kind of a big deal.
What a dominant program you have built to make your rivals cry when they beat you.
It's kind of like
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
we've seen it a few times when teams beat Guthrie football.
Oh, yeah, the way they act.
When Guthrie was
at its peak.
At its peak there for a while, people were celebrating like that when
Yeah.
they beat Guthrie. It was like, it's week 4 of the football season, but yeah, okay.
Well, and I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. I remember
I don't know if I get the Texas
We kind of geek
one.
out when we beat Carl.
No,
or
I'm not
Piedmont.
saying. I'm saying at the high school level. I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Remember our senior year back in 83, graduating class 84.
I wasn't even born yet.
We played. I know. I'm very aware. We played a school that was ranked number 2 in the state, and we beat them. And it was
I get that, yeah.
I mean, and you get caught up in that.
Oh,
that
yeah, no, I
moment,
get that.
as a kid. But Nathan says most teams are in the big cities that have professional football and baseball teams. They need to be in smaller markets. I tend to agree with that. That don't, and then it will grow. I think he's absolutely right about that.
No doubt.
Yeah, and he knows. Nathan follows OU softball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
if I ever have a question,
yeah, no doubt.
I'll get it.
Yeah,
Speaking of more baseball, if we can.
And both OU and OSU get new stadiums.
Yeah, they sure are. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about the new up and coming thing, Chris? We talked about this the other day.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
by
car.
the way,
Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry. It just jogged my
Is he getting
memory.
ready to attack me?
My bad. No.
He locked eyes with you.
He
No,
did.
my bad. The OU softball needs a new press box. I saw our good friend.
We're past that now.
No.
Literally, we have nobody watching right now.
We're down to
Because of
15
you.
people now.
They'll catch it on the replay.
Oh, okay.
So this is how bad OU needs a new softball field. Is our good friend Bill Van Ness does the play-by-play for
They're getting a
OSU.
new softball field.
I know. He had a broadcast in the stands.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
He was in the stands.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. No, that's bad.
That's not good.
not
That's
good.
pretty bad.
I took a picture of it. I found Bill. I don't know why I was looking in the stands, but I found Bill in the stands.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Lee.
So let me ask you guys this. There's a lot of talk about, and we're going to have some guys on that are intimately involved with the NIL with some college programs here in the next week or two. But with the NIL and everything that's going on, there's a lot of talk, and I read some stuff in the last couple of days about they're going to change some things. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to, But does the NCAA, is it even needed anymore, the governing body?
So when X school messes up rules, who punishes the conference?
Well, what are they going to mess up on the way it currently is? They tweet too much to a kid?
Well, no.
I mean,
if there's
Oklahoma State's out of the playoff for basketball last year. I mean, who's going to regulate that?
Well, but my point is this. Oklahoma State's out of the playoffs for something that in today's rules is perfectly legal.
I know, but what happens if there's like a serious?
So why do they need them?
And I'm just making this
You're
up.
actually making my point. I mean, I don't think they're needed.
If a team has like continuous run-ins with the law, I'm just trying.
That's why you have an athletic department and a governing board. If a student athlete's acting like a fool and they get in trouble with the law, it's up to the university to do what they need to do. I mean, I just think, I'm not saying there doesn't need to be somebody going, but I think the NCAA in its current form is a joke, is an absolute joke.
Well,
I'm a KU guy. KU sitting there, OSU sitting at home. KU wins the national title.
And they did exactly what OSU did.
Worse.
Worse.
And nothing's happened to KU.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm a KU guy, but I just don't. I mean, to me, they're an absolute joke.
I don't know everything that they do, but I'm sure there's something that would be helpful for. But I'm with you. I can't stand NCAA.
Well, when you could go out, I mean, they're estimating that
Maybe they're needed for smaller.
I don't know.
D1,
That's
D2s,
why I think
D3s, maybe.
I think that's why you hear the talk about at the NCAA at the highest level, and then you go the elite top 20 teams in Division I. You're starting to hear rumblings about them having their own thing, right? Just having their own existence, But I know this. I know when you've got the young Manning kid that's a junior in high school, he's probably a senior now because school's probably out or it's getting close to be. But the number one recruit for the class of 2023, right?
Yep.
What's his first name? Arch Manning. Have you seen what they're estimating his NIL deal will be?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen this?
No, I get it. I'm not a.
Do you want to hear it though?
I do.
$2 million.
No.
$20 million.
I know.
$20 million for a kid that's never taken a snap in college football.
Yeah.
It's
That's kind of
hard
like
to
how the NFL,
it's hard to root for.
That's kind of how the NFL scaled back their rookie pay. You know how Sam Bradford got the last big paycheck.
Yeah, last guaranteed
30
deal. Yeah.
30 or 40 million.
50, it was like 56 million.
56 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Thank God for Sam because he was beat up and had 19 coaches in 5 years.
He'd never won on the field, but he won negotiation room every
Well,
single time.
that's a sad deal because that kid was mega talented and some bad luck and never had any continuity on the coaching staffs, never had any continuity on players around him.
Yeah.
Just wasn't really a fair shake. But I just think, when you've got college kids out there, was a college kid, it was Miami, I was reading about this yesterday, at Miami University, there was a transfer kid and there's a billionaire that's a big supporter, and it's just blatant. This kid got like $3 million or whatever to transfer to Miami, right? Although that's not the reason he went to Miami.
Of course.
But he gets $3 million. Another kid had a deal that was like $1.8 million. He said he was going to transfer if they didn't give him more money because another one of his teammates. So we're already seeing the debauchery that's going to occur in college sports.
Not a fan.
Now, saying all that, I want players.
I am all for the players making money.
I am too. I am too.
And again, the NCAA makes billions and billions of dollars up before the NIL, so I can care less if they're even around. I want the money to go to the kids. So
Well, they're the ones putting the product out
I hate
there.
how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I hope the kid makes as much money as they can possibly.
But I just think the NCAA is a complete joke. You got to have somebody to make sure rules are enforced.
So that would be the commissioner of the conference.
Yeah, I mean, why couldn't it be something like that? Why couldn't it be a governing board made up of representatives from the conferences?
It has to be.
Right? I mean, why couldn't it be that?
Yeah.
But and I guarantee it'd save everybody a lot of damn money. I mean, it's
It's the
ridiculous what
it's
the
the same
NCAA
process,
takes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same I mean,
Yeah.
Of course, I always say that, you've got every school's got athletic departments that are 50 deep
So who puts
on
on the national?
administration.
So who puts on the baseball national championship game or the College World Series?
Sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chick-fil-A World Series.
No, who organizes?
Organize it?
Yeah,
The schools, the representative schools, they'd have people that would do that.
So the agreement would be
kind of like the NCAA is doing.
Yeah, but at least then it's the schools that are actually participating in
the member
activity.
schools?
Yeah, the member
Yeah,
schools.
so the member school. So if there's a team from the Big 12,
I'm just saying someone's going to be overlooking it. It's going to be like an NCAA type.
Yeah, right. Well, listen, if the NCAA was doing their job, I don't think anybody would be complaining. But it's an absolute
I
joke
agree.
to sit there and say you're in trouble because you tweeted too much to a kid. It was a blackout period, so you're not supposed to tweet them. But a billionaire from Miami can give a kid $3 million. It just happens to transfer there. I mean, come on.
What about?
I mean, it's a joke.
Well, here's one. What about people with bad grades?
Yeah.
And the compliance people at their university overlook it. Who's going to enforce that?
Well, I'll say this: if we have major universities, and I know what everybody's going to say,
And who's going to penalize? And who gets
that's
penalized?
fine.
And
But
where the money go?
if you have people working for you inside your athletic department that can't teach the kids that there's rules you have to follow and there's qualifications to be able to participate in athletics, and if you don't follow them, you don't get to participate. If they can't self-report that, that's a problem.
Well, exactly. But
That's
again,
a problem.
I agree with you. But to go back on that, not all cops are dirty, but there are some dirty cops out there.
Well, I
And
understand
it would
that.
be the same thing there. So you need some kind of regulation at that point. Yeah.
A representative from each conference.
I'm just saying, if there wasn't, again, I get that part, but
Just go wild
if there
west.
wasn't a third party, it could be the wild west. And again, people are going. It's going to get corrupt. It's going to get crony.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think right now there are kids that are not academically eligible that are being made academically eligible to compete in the NCAA basketball tournament?
100%.
So the system's not working already.
As long as but if you get caught, there's
Okay.
steps there to get in big trouble.
I've heard interviews of some of the guys. I'm like, there's no way he got.
Well, I mean-
there's no way he got a 24 to get into Oklahoma State.
I mean, it's just, I think it's like a lot of things that's going on in the world around us right now. It's so blatantly flawed.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know
on
what I
this,
mean?
but I'm
I
just
mean,
trying to look from all sides.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that, but I think you can self-regulate and you can have a governing body that looks over those schools by having representative schools from every conference out there that make up that governing board or that compliance.
So basically have a compliance department from each conference to look at each school. So now we're making jobs for people, man. Look at that.
Creating opportunities.
Jobs. Look at that.
You're welcome.
Next topic.
That was
solved
good.
that. No, we solved that.
We're staying on topic. We're having
solved
good segments here.
We solved it.
Phil, you're up.
I brought that one up.
No, I brought that one.
No, I brought the NCAA up.
I want to talk about the Savannah Bananas.
Okay, you're up, Chris. What the hell's the Savannah Banana?
You don't know the
Oh my
Savannah banana?
gosh, are you serious?
What is it?
It's like
Okay, we don't have to turn this into a 2-minute mocking of Phil.
That's where our ratings are at, though.
Have you ever heard of the Harlem Globetrotters by any chance?
Okay,
Oh, now he's talking like you're an idiot.
don't make me punch you in the throat. I love your family. I even love you, but I will hit you in the
We need to
throat.
turn the AC down in here. It is so hot in here.
It is a little hot in
Well,
here.
I did. I guess it went back. You're the one who.
You're the
said it.
regulator.
I got it.
I got it. You said
Oh, God. Now we got infighting amongst the
The
brothers.
Savannah Bananas are like it's a baseball league, and it's basically like the Harlem Globetrotters. It's an entertainment thing.
Oh,
4 minutes till Phil's cold.
It is awesome. You would love it.
We'll take how long?
For example, Chris mentioned the other day, if you hit a foul ball into the stands, and if a fan catches that ball, that player is out.
I love that.
How awesome is that?
I love that.
The
Where can
dance
we
up-
go to a game?
They're based out of Savannah, Georgia. Obviously,
Yeah.
they have their own stadium there. And again, the bases are yellow bananas. It makes sense, right?
Who's the genius that started this?
It is awesome. They travel around to different independent league ballparks.
Now, are these pretty good ball players?
It's baseball. It's 100% baseball. They do goofy stuff.
Peter
on the field.
Cosma, which I umpired in the state championship game in 07. He was at Owasso shortstop. I mean, he played for the Cardinals.
He's doing this now?
He was on the other team.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I feel like they probably switch teams back and forth, but it is baseball. I mean, you're not going to go out there and watch the Major League Baseball time you're going to see, but it is entertaining for the families and everything. It is awesome.
I was 7 years old when I realized the Harlem Globetrotters wasn't a real team. It was one of the most devastating things that ever happened to me.
Why do they keep following them?
Did you not realize they were playing the same team? Over
No!
and over? Okay.
I lived in Eureka, Kansas. I mean, we didn't have 97 channels. You saw them once every great while.
Okay, so here are the rules.
Okay.
Okay, there's no bunting.
No bunting.
No bunting.
Okay.
Love it.
Walks or sprints. So I think if you walk,
You're out.
All nine defensive players have to touch the ball before they can get you out. So the runner can sprint to second, and they can go to second base if they want to. But all 9 players have got to touch the ball.
they have to throw it around, and then you keep running until they.
All 9 players?
Yes.
That's awesome.
How cool is this?
That
man?
is. That's awesome.
You can't step
Road
out of the
trip
batter's
next
box.
summer?
You can never step out of the batter's box.
Hitters can steal first base.
So if there's a pass ball, they can sprint to first base. Which I've had this conversation with my buddy many years ago about this.
You think that should be a rule?
Absolutely. If you can still second, you can still third. Why can't you still first?
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
So if the count is 0-2 and the pitcher spikes a curveball in the dirt and it goes to the fence, you should have the opportunity to run the first base because you're down the count anyway.
What happens when you hit a home run?
Oh, I don't know.
Start dancing and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah. The umpire dances and shakes his booty all the time. I mean, the umpires are part of the entertainment too.
They're part of the real part of the game.
Whenever they go out there and they brush the plate, he does this big immaculate dance and they play music for him. I mean,
That's awesome.
They're all wearing.
awesome.
They all wear different.
Are they really
outfits.
bright uniforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut off sleeves on one of them. They got the guns out. I mean,
One guy will have a skirt, yellow banana skirt.
yeah, they
type
wear
deal.
banana skirts. Yeah,
What do these guys get paid?
I don't know. Here's probably the.
probably not a whole lot, but it's
Having
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's the other rule, probably the most popular one: 2-hour time limit.
That is awesome.
Get in, get out. Baseball.
So if 2 hours clicks and the game's tied, it's a tied game.
Yeah, they try to set a record for I think it's always in the first inning. They always try to break a record of how fast they can get outs. So the pitcher will get the ball and he'll pitch it and they'll throw it back and he'll come back.
how about your tickets? Because I don't know if I'd appreciate that if I bought a ticket.
The pitcher's doing all different things, and you don't know he's moving all over. You don't know when he's going to throw the ball. And he's like changing
That's
his wind-up,
awesome.
all that good
And
stuff.
it's called what?
Savannah Bananas.
The
And by the
Savannah
way,
Bananas. We'll look it up.
they're
TikTok. They're all
they're
over TikTok.
huge on TikTok.
I follow them on TikTok.
What's TikTok?
Yeah, what's TikTok? I was about to say, how can you be on TikTok and not know about the Savannah Bananas?
Get some comments out there. I want to know what people think. Have they seen the Savannah Bananas? If they like them, because I think it's awesome. I mean, I'm going to Savannah here in November, but obviously it's not baseball season. But I've definitely got to check them out sometime.
How do I search on TikTok?
That hourglass there.
Clear history.
The first thing that popped up, I typed in.
Hey, turn that down.
I typed in SA and it popped up Savannah Banana Baseball.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
2.5 million followers on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wow.
that's usually the best. That's
Look
what
at this guy. He's doing the splits when he swings. Look at him. Look at this guy. Wait for it. He's in the splits. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I saw one.
That's awesome.
There was a relief pitcher. They drove a nice Cadillac.
Look at this.
Drove a Cadillac onto the field, for the relief pitcher, like the old
Yeah.
bullpen cart.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Of course, if I'm the grounds crew,
This is the second time I've changed your life.
Oh, that first time. That was special.
what was that?
Oh, the three of us took a little road trip,
Yeah,
and you were angry most of the night.
stupid.
Push the button 25 times and win a stinking
No,
roll.
I won one. Well, I won 3 free
But my
spins.
favorite was he hates slot machines, So he's cursing the slot machines. I'm going to go play a man's game. They got a card game upstairs. He's not up there 10 minutes, and we see him coming down the escalator. Had to buy back in.
Had to go get a couple more bullets.
I came
That
out
was good
okay.
times.
Came out okay.
That was good times.
Got a free dinner out of it.
Yeah, Ronnie changed my life. I said, shut your mouth when you told me that.
Told you what?
Remember when he told me I could get more money by using my credit card? I said, shut your mouth. He goes, you can't, really? And so I take off walking to the cashier, and Chris goes, Phil, stop.
Stop sprinting.
No, what did you say? He said I was.
I go, Phil, stop, you're strutting.
Yeah, you're no, it was
You're
stomping.
You're stomping.
You're
Stomping.
Yeah.
I was stomping to get down the gas.
Can I get points for this?
Yeah, it was the greatest, one of the greatest moments of my life.
You had your first hour was so bad we got free dinner.
Phil, give me your card. I'm going to go get a service and get us free steak dinner.
I looked over. That was the other. Remember, Ronnie went up. Yeah, Ronnie went up and said,
That's the only thing I won that night.
said, hey, this guy's just shoveling money into these machines. Can we get a free meal? And they called this a meal.
Put his card in. He'll show you how bad a night he's having.
It was terrible. I finished strong, though, that night.
You did finish strong.
I finished strong. Oh, that's good time. You haven't lived till you've went to a casino with Chris Evans. Oh,
So
Brody says, Phil is under a rock not knowing who the Savannah Bananas are.
Phil's what? Who said this?
Oh, a little Herzl. Phil is under a rock for not knowing who the Savannah Bananas are.
All right, little Herzl, you're right. I'll take that one. You're correct. You're correct. Young Brady just finished his first year at University of Oklahoma. Probably is it finals week this week or is
This week, yes.
yeah? So he's finishing up. So congratulations on your freshman year. So that's awesome. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So we covered Savannah
Bananas,
baseball.
So good.
We've talked about Special J's this morning.
Special J's, and we can also get into a little volleyball.
Yeah, that's fun. Special J's. I know Chris enjoys this day as much as anything he
pretty
ever
cool.
gets to cover, but he put some stuff out. You haven't done the follow-up story yet, have you?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, it's just a little article with the same video, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, Guthrie sends our babies off, our Special J's off, as well as anybody in
Every
the
year,
world.
yeah.
And it's so cool to see their faces and how excited they are. And one of the many things that makes me proud to be a Blue Jay.
Well, I mean, it's been gone the last 2 years, too, so this made it even special, even more special.
Yeah.
See those guys when they came out. Chris did a great video and just smile, and, man, that was awesome to watch. It was so cool.
It really was. And then the other big news, Chris, is Guthrie at the junior high level is starting girls volleyball, right?
Yeah. Board of Education met Monday night, approved volleyball at the junior high level.
That's
and
awesome.
They'll try to advance it to the high school, give it a couple of years at the junior high level to see how the interest's still there and the numbers are still there. And it'll cost about $8,000 to start it all up when you have to buy uniforms and equipment, travel and coaches pay and all that good stuff. So they've been trying to do that in the last couple.
That's pretty getting off easy right there.
That's everything.
$8,000 for everything. They've been trying for the last couple of years and finally able to get it pushed through. And junior high added soccer 2 years. This is their second year in junior high soccer, and those numbers are really good.
Really?
Still, yeah.
Listen, when we moved here back in 2002 or 2000, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, whenever we moved here, was it 2002? What year did you get married?
You moved here in 2000.
2000.
You moved here in May of 2000.
Yeah, because you got married right about that time.
Yep.
Yeah. But when we moved here, I was shocked that a 5A school didn't have girls volleyball.
Oh, same way.
I was completely shocked because in Kansas, volleyball is massive in
Huge.
Kansas.
Cali County, baby, they're
Big time.
Big time
and,
program.
and that is a fun spectator sport.
Have you been to state tournament volleyball?
I haven't. I've never been able to make the trip over, but I'd like to because that's a sport I really enjoy watching. I mean,
I was shocked too because I lived in Kansas City, lived in Ohio, and I come back and I'm like, we still don't have volleyball here.
it's a big deal.
And Sarah's from Kansas. She's like, I cannot believe we do not have volleyball
I know.
here. It is the craziest thing.
And it is, but it's truly entertaining to
Yeah.
watch. A lot of fun. A lot of Saturday mornings there'd be tournaments, and they played during football season. I don't know if that's how it is here or not in Oklahoma. Did they play during football season?
Yes, fall sport.
Okay. So the football team, we'd play on Friday nights. We'd go do film early Saturday morning. we'd head straight. If it was a home tournament, either do they call it a match? I believe it's called a match, right?
13. I think they're games.
Are they games?
Yeah.
But if there was a tournament, we'd go straight. I think
there's
it's match.
match, but
Well, it's best. It's like I thought it was called.
well, scoring wise.
Yeah,
like
it's
3 out of 5 or
best
something
out of
like that.
or best out of
Yeah,
3,
yeah,
and
or best out of 5.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever it is, we'd go straight up to the high school and we'd sit there and cheer on our volleyball girls whenever they had a tournament. It's just a lot of fun. So I was excited to see that, and really we need a lot of local young ladies play on club volleyball teams. And I know in your article, I believe I read where that was kind of a community push, and and so they listened to the community, which is great. And here we go. So it'll be a lot of fun. So now what we got to do as a community, we got to get out and support them.
Yeah, they play 13 games, matches. I think Chapel put games. So whether 13 games plus 2 tournaments.
Stand by.
Oh yeah, Google that.
I'm going
stuff.
I'm going.
That's fine. We get the last. It was in a Tulsa year. Didn't do it this year, but get to produce the state volleyball tournament 5A, 6A, and of course that's the best of the best. And those teams. Yeah. There's not 12 broken noses for each time they play, but it's gonna be fun. It'll be interesting to see that. Of course, it does help that the gyms here in Guthrie either have air conditioning or soon will have air conditioning.
Junior high
because in the fall it gets a little warm. So that's the other.
Here in the next several weeks, junior high gym will have a 4-pipe system, which is air and heat. So
that's awesome. They are called matches. From team formations to how to score a point, they kind of walk through everything. But so volleyball matches are made up of sets or games. Match play usually consists of completing until one team wins 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5, depending on the format.
Yep.
So, but whatever it is, we can all become more knowledgeable on that. Now that we're going to have it here in our local community, we can go out and support the kids and that expense. We want to make sure our kids have the best of the best out there. So if you feel so inclined, go out and get a hold of, find out how you can support through a booster club or through the school or some way to support that program.
I haven't announced the coach yet, but Matt Crum, huge shout out to Coach Chappell, Dr. Simpson, and the rest of the administration and school board members who made volleyball a real deal here in Guthrie. So,
speaking of new coach, we get a new coach?
Yeah.
Basketball coach?
Oh, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah. Guthrie Lady Jays have a new head coach in Breck Clark.
That's a winning name.
Yeah.
It is a pretty cool name.
That's a good name, yeah.
I have a friend, Breck Draper.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever heard of a girl named Breck.
Now, where's Breck from?
Breck graduated from Dell High School.
Okay.
So lives in the Shawnee area. She recently probably finishing up school in El Reno. Assistant coach at El Reno.
State runner-up,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, El Reno girls and boys.
Yeah. Did Breck play college basketball or anything like that?
Texas Arlington, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll have to have her on the show here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting.
Talk about that. But, she takes over for Malcolm Roberts. Malcolm Roberts coached 3 years here, and good coach. He's won a lot of games at other places, just maybe not the right fit. But I think Brett Clark will come in and kind of rejuvenate the program, kind of like Coach Morgan did.
Yep.
The numbers were really low in the boys,
Yep.
and the numbers have been low in the girls. And so I think the first thing Coach Clark will come in and get some people excited about the program again.
Yeah.
Just a new voice, a new energy type deal.
And she's younger, obviously.
She's younger, yeah.
So I think and with youth comes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And obviously knows the game and is accomplished. She played and coached as an assistant at a very outstanding high school program.
Coaches the AAU boys basketball team.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hang on, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and of course, there was a stretch here in Guthrie where we all live where it was like any sport we participated in, we were really good at.
Yeah.
I mean, we went on a run there for several years where it was just insane. You obviously don't do that without great athletes. But, man, if you got that coach that can get them over the top, I mean, that's the final piece to the puzzle. You got to have the coaching staff to get them there.
The coach is the main leader, man. They follow the head dog in charge, and man, it's people say, you have real good athletes, that's why you're so good. Well, no, I mean, you still got to be a leader.
Yeah, and it's a balance, right? Yeah. You can be a great coach if you don't have the athletes. you're still going to win if you're a great coach, but it's going to be very difficult to win championships. If Bill Snyder, great example of that, right? I mean, nobody would call Bill Snyder anything but a winner at K-State, but or if you have great athletes and a coach that doesn't know how to manage that, they're not going to fulfill their potential either.
Yeah, you got to be able to manage your athletes. You got to know your team, what gets them going, and all that stuff.
Well, that's exciting news. I mean, congratulations to her. That's a big deal, getting her first head job in a 5A school. That's a big deal.
Absolutely. She had other offers as well out there across the state, and we'll just continue with Guthrie sports here. Both Guthrie golf teams played in the state tournament, 5A state tournament. Had 2 All-Staters. Emily Beebe is an All-State golfer, as well as Bo Dell. He All-Stated as
Good
well.
For him.
So 2 All-State golfers, and our relay team, our track team, did really good up in Ponca City. They'll be competing Friday and Saturday in Ardmore at the state tournament. Relay regional champions there. Both tennis teams went to the state tournament. And the boys will be playing on Friday and Saturday as well. Our girls, they all qualified, didn't make it past day one, but it's a tough class with all those with those schools in there. Baseball went to Duncan, and Duncan's a good baseball team. Guthrie short there, just weren't able to hit at times when they needed to hit. Ran out a little bit of a pitching toward the end, but Duncan's a team that can make some noise in the playoffs.
And a good year for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it was. 24-13.
25.
25 and 13.
That's a great year. And I know there was a lot of the kids pretty obviously disappointed. That's not how they wanted it to end. But
as sophomores, they went to the state. A big group of the team last year were sophomores.
That's
went to
the
state tournament
expectation now, right?
But
that's good.
But I can say Duncan is a good team.
Yeah, sure.
Duncan's been in the state tournament for the last 5 years, 5 out of 6, whatever. And I think this is probably their better team of the ones that've been there. So
Well, and Casey does a great job as a head coach. Of course, Ronnie, I know this is your first year on the staff over there, and it's good to have baseball people running the baseball program. Mm-hmm. John Chappell for years. If there's a bigger baseball family in Guthrie than the Chappells, I'd like to meet them.
Yeah.
But although you Evans boys,
we have
Phillips give them
we
a
have
pretty
an,
good
we
run,
had an extension from the Chappells. This is Corbin Crockett's
Yeah.
first year too. He's been doing
Corbin's
the junior
on
high
the staff,
team. And
right.
We were both on staff for the first year. It was an experience. It was definitely an experience, and we had a good time with these guys.
Heck, it's a daggum Terry Bennett on there too. Ronnie,
TBJ still there.
Corbin, Guthrie.
Is TB a good baseball player?
He is okay.
Just an all-state left-handed pitcher. And we asked him, because we asked him on the bus on the way to Duncan the other day, and we're like, Coach Zach Clymer asked him something.
Another
Blue
Jay.
He goes, so, how are you so successful? He goes, I don't know, I was left-handed, and I hit the outside corner, and I threw about 80 mile an hour, and I said, that's all it takes to be an all-state pitcher in Oklahoma. He was so good.
I will tell you this, and Chris has heard me say this many times, but I asked Coach Chappell, now athletic director of the Blue Jays, I said, if you had to have one guy on a bump to go win a big game, who would it be? And he said Terry Bennett.
Yeah. Well,
and there's been some really good pitchers come through here.
Yeah.
I said really good.
Well, you can tell him to go out there, see that brick, that fourth brick from the left side, third window, hit that brown spot there, and he would hit that spot.
And that's a gift. A lot of work, but that's a gift too. You got to have some.
Well, the hours of playing catch with me, cage work with me.
Here it comes.
All the trips, after trips, talking baseball. He's a Braves fan. I will.
Well,
he's
him and Haji.
Yeah.
He was a huge basketball player, but he's great at basketball, good at basketball. But just think if
he a point guard.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Just think if he was in baseball during basketball season. He was really good.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's
that is
perfect.
a good point. Really think about that.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
You
balance,
end your basketball season in the state tournament, and then the next day, you're already playing games in baseball. You just go through the practice.
Being part of the program this year, those workouts between November, December, and January are pretty huge.
Never went through it. Yes.
I think there's just and that leads to a whole other conversation about. But I know most of the really successful college coaches, let's say in football, you ask them, they say they want to see a kid that's well-rounded in athletics. They want to see a kid that plays multiple sports. And I think that's still now nothing against being specializing in a sport. I mean, if that's your passion, do that. I mean, that's perfectly fine. But I think as I tell dads, I'll have dads ask me why I don't know, about their kid or whatever, and I'll say, well, listen, I will tell you this: if they're good, they'll find them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's hard to hide if you're good in today's world.
Yeah, I was telling a classmate the other day, should we get in these travel ball teams? Blah, blah, blah. I said, no. I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Because guess what? In baseball, if you're good, or any sport, if they're good, they'll find you. You don't. I mean, it don't. I mean, you can play for anybody, and if you're good, they will find you.
Well,
every time.
Patty Gasso was kind of back and forth on Jocelyn Allo. Then she won the state championship in wrestling. She was, we'll take her.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with Quinton Griffin, old Oklahoma running back.
Yeah.
Like
6 touchdowns against Texas.
Correct. But he wasn't. Stoops didn't offer him a scholarship until he saw him play basketball.
Really, I didn't know that.
Bob Stoops never saw Control play football, but he saw him play basketball.
Right.
At the Carl Albert tournament.
Right. Now it's just there's pros and cons to both, and what works for one kid may not work for another.
Mm-hmm.
But So, well, boys, we've been going at this for an hour and 10 minutes.
Have we really?
Yeah.
We haven't got to who you're voting for on June 28th yet.
Oh, that's easy. I can cover that quickly.
Oh.
Well, I'm a proud. Well.
Are you sure you went through? Paperwork went through?
Oh, it went through.
Have you verified that?
I've already got to vote once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I was down.
We need to get him on the Old Boy podcast.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
One.
Who are you voting for?
Oh, the winners.
Are you? Are you a great Blue Jay picture? Willie Young. Yeah. Yep, Coach Young. Are you? You think there's going to be? Are there any highly contested? I mean, I think the one that's going to be the most interesting because there's 3 candidates here locally. It affects people locally.
District 31?
Would be District 31. Yeah.
Yeah. I know there's a forum, not necessarily a debate, but a forum at the fairgrounds in the first part of June.
Yeah.
I got a mailer in the day from a person running.
Yeah.
Who'd you get a mailer from?
A lady.
Carmen?
A lady. I didn't read it because I'm not voting for her.
Yeah, there's 3 candidates.
I have to check the mailbox.
I got one.
I keep all my.
Yeah, I got one too.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, well, she was in my neighborhood and didn't knock on my door, so that's why I was asking. Maybe I haven't
she
got
might
one.
know.
The candidate I
Might know what?
Well,
Hey, it's not June 28th. I can still change my mind.
person I vote for did knock on my door.
Well, I'll just say this: person I'm voting for is a lifelong Guthrie resident and is from here, and that matters to me. I mean, it does. That matters to me. And very
Yeah, you got
accomplished,
Colin
very
Duell,
sharp. Yep.
Carmen Greider, and Logan Trainer.
Yep.
District
Yep.
31.
And I will make no apologies that I will be proudly voting, or my household will be proudly voting for Colin Duell, because I think he can get the job done. I think he is a man of integrity. It's been proven, not just. I mean, it's been proven where it matters the most. He's a 4 combat tour Army Ranger in a leadership role.
He's knocked my door.
And he's out working his tail off.
He did knock on my door. Yep.
He's working his tail off.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this. Carmen has worked very hard.
She has.
I'm not
She's
taking
knocked
anything
a lot
away
of doors,
from
too.
her by any means, but I know if I'm looking at what matters to me, Colin he checks all the boxes for me.
Yeah, he does. And I think a lot of people who support Carmen and support
Yeah.
Logan, they recognize Colin as
Yeah.
well. So,
Yeah. But I think that'll be, because there's 3 of them, I think there's a high probability that there will be a runoff because there's 3.
usually when there's 3.
Yeah, it's
usually when there's 3.
hard to get to 50%.
Although I think with 13 people running for Inhofe spot, I think Mark Wayne can win it without a runoff.
See, I think Shannon's going to give him a run. I think Shannon's going to give him a big run.
Do you know Shannon?
No.
See, yeah, I mean, there's some that know him, but he hasn't.
You know the other guy you mentioned? No. Right.
I haven't got no mailers.
That didn't work out for you, did it?
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, this is, and I'll just say this. I've never been shy to say who I am voting for because I don't care. I mean, it's my vote, so I get to do whatever I want with it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, absolutely.
But the only thing that worries me, and it's not the character of the man, it's not I think he aligns well with what I believe.
I think all three of them,
Yeah.
as far as Constitution,
right,
liberty,
right. All the stuff that matters to most Oklahomans.
guns,
Right.
They're all going to say
It's called the Second Amendment. But most of those people, I align with Shannon and with this one blank.
Mark Wayne.
What's his last name?
Mark Wayne Mullen.
Mullen. Yeah, his brother's running also.
Jamie
Yeah,
Mullen.
Jamie's running.
I think that's Senate 28.
I believe that's correct.
He was in the Guthrie parade.
He was. Yeah, his daughter is actually married to it's happening.
No, I see it every day. People are getting to see it here now. So
Yeah, no, it's kind of sad.
Fight it, buddy. Keep on. Come
It's
on.
elder abuse what he's doing right now.
You gotta keep going.
It's elder abuse.
This is great.
Matthews.
The stall is
Just
great.
Matthews.
See, we
Just
talked long
Matthews.
enough to get there.
But Jamie's
He'll come out
daughter
of
is
it.
married to Jess Matthews.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Who?
Do you know?
You're talking about Jamie Mullen?
Yes, his
Okay.
daughter. Yeah, is married.
His daughter's
Yeah.
married. Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Michael's one of his best friends, and my son Michael. But friendship got tested. He got invited to go walk at a parade in some town, and Michael said, no.
89 parade, the longest.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing that worries me about Mullins running against Shannon is, and I like this about him personally, is that I think he could end up being on an island with his positions. I think Shannon has probably got a little more polish, a little more ability to work across lines and try to get things done. And I'm a moderate. I'm a proud moderate.
That's why I am. Tom.
I'm a proud moderate, because I think when we just sit there and yell at each other, nothing gets done. We got to get back at some point to where we can have conversations and figure out things that actually help our country or our state. And we just don't do that.
Here's how I describe a moderate. Phil, do you like taxes?
No.
But we need stuff, right?
Yeah, we got to have roads.
Yeah.
We have military, schools. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like freedom,
Yeah.
much as the next guy or gal. Big fan of the Second Amendment. Big fan.
Well, that means you're not a moderate then.
That's what other people have tried to make it. I'm for some social programs. I think there's social programs out there that are amazingly important and they help people. But I'm also against the mass majority of social programs the way they're ran. But I think some are great things. I just don't believe it's got to be a all or nothing proposition.
Well, the great thing about the Second Amendment today is that the U.S. Court of Appeals struck down a California law saying that banning semi-automatic rifles is unconstitutional, which it is.
Well, yeah. If they're part of the United States, it sure is.
Yeah.
So
that's a good thing.
But back to what we were talking about earlier. I also cringe a little bit because if the people of California vote that they want to do that, that's their state, then they should be able to run their state the way they want to run their state. Now there is a difference. The Second Amendment is part of our Constitution.
It is in the Constitution.
Obviously that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
but I think that Shannon is more likely to be able to navigate those waters more effectively. And I think they're very similar in their beliefs.
Yeah.
And so, to me, that's probably where it's going to go. But it wouldn't surprise me if Mullins won. It wouldn't surprise me if Shannon won.
What do you think about all the governor's race? Boy, those people spend a lot of money already.
Boy, they're going at Stead, aren't they?
Those folks are angry.
And listen, this.
They got their angry money out.
But this. There's been things Governor Stitt's done that I haven't liked.
And that's going to happen.
That's my whole point.
I couldn't imagine.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to vote for Governor Stitt.
On June 28th?
Yeah, I'll vote for him.
In November?
And I think 60 to 65% of the people in the state of Oklahoma will.
You don't like to hear everything before casting the vote?
Well, this is my whole thing. I'm tired of all the shouting. I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
So if you're going to lead with, Governor Stitt lets men out of prison and he eats girl in Chickasaw, or Chickasha, wherever it was. Horribly tragic situation. Governor Stitt didn't go release the guy and say, now run straight down to Chickasha and go murder this poor girl.
They want you to think that.
But it's just disgusting. You can have an intellectual and intelligent conversation about whether their criminal justice reform was good or bad. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when you take what has been a good man his whole life, who's worked hard, who's raised a family, whether you agree with everything he says or not, and your only solution is to try to destroy him, you lose me on the face of it. You lose me.
But it's groups. It's not necessarily another
No,
campaign.
that's what I'm talking.
Yeah,
I'm talking
groups.
about. You lose me. Now, you have a right to not want to vote for him. You have a right to feel like he was dead wrong. I have no problem with that. But this calculated effort to manipulate, and we've seen it with local elections where the way you certain things, and you try to. I mean, come on, man. Just say what you really believe.
So all that, they spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on those Miller stuff. It must work because people get it and look, oh, Stitt did that? Well, I can't vote for him. Does that really work? Is it work? It has to, right, for that much money?
Well, I mean,
no, I don't think it has to. I think at the end of the day, I think it's about the people that absolutely hate him are the ones that are paying for these.
They're voting no anyway.
They're
Who are they talking to?
They're talking to each other.
So the people who love to vote, who vote every single election, who don't miss a vote, they see the side. They see that they know both sides. They know what they're going to do. It's the people who aren't going to vote say, "Man, I wouldn't vote for this guy." They're not going to the polls anyway, so it's not going to make a difference.
So here's when you have warming up.
Oh,
so you have
we're not done yet.
Another hour 15. Here we go.
The far left and the far right.
I got a headache too.
It's they just look at them. They talk and speak to their group. They're over here yelling at themselves about we do this, and they're ignoring the other people in the middle.
Completely ignoring them.
Yeah.
It's I kind of those, whether the far liberals or the patriot or however you want to describe them, far left, far right, they're kind of like booster club, like OU fanatics who don't miss a game. They paint their face and they go all out. That's how those far right and left are. So
I know Terry Hawkins said that's called politics, whether we like it or not.
Yeah,
both sides, and they're right.
Yeah,
but I also remember a time where it wasn't as ugly and as nasty and vile as it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, on a local level, there's a gentleman in the state that's very well known to be a Second Amendment guy. I'm not even going to mention his name because I don't want to give his name any credence. But you were there the day, first time I ever met this gentleman at another meeting, and I think I'm about as pro Second Amendment as anybody you can meet.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah.
And I said one thing, just a different, and boy, well, you don't believe in the Second Amendment. And I'm thinking, oh my Lord.
They just take it.
Just calm down, Junior. I mean, just calm down.
Extremists.
It's okay. So they lose all credibility with anybody that might be trying to decide where they really land. When you do that, you just lose all credibility with them.
Yeah.
All credibility with them.
And when they keep talking, you're just looking for something to not agree
Yeah,
with.
because it's just annoying as all get out. So I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever see another statesman or statesperson in a political office at the highest level before I die. I don't know if I will. I've been 4 years. I've got maybe 5. I could have no more left, but chances are I'll have 5 to, if I'm really lucky, 7 or 8 presidential elections left. Yeah, some people live a long time in my family, but chances are I got 4 or 5 left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think I will ever see where I look at the candidates and I go, man, these are both really good candidates.
Can someone down the middle win?
No.
You have to be to the
I don't
far
know why
side.
they can't, though, because that's where the majority of the voters live.
Totally agree.
So why can't they win? It's because we don't have anybody down the middle that runs.
Yeah.
Because they get crucified
By the party.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this. I know you're a big Donald fan, and I voted for him twice. So I'm not, but
I voted for Cruz in the primary.
But I vote. Well, I was a Ben Carson guy. I love Ben
Dr.
Carson.
Ben. Love Dr. Ben.
Loved him. But I voted because I sure as the heck wasn't going to vote for Mrs. Clinton because she's done so many things I don't align with. There's just no way. And to be quite frank, President Biden, I think it was pretty obvious that he wasn't physically fit for office when he was running. I mean, and now look what we got.
Yeah.
You know, do I love everything about Donald Trump? Oh, hell no. I mean, that guy drives me bananas. Talk about bananas, drives me bananas. Yeah. And I make the argument all the time with people I love, and boy, I get crucified. And one of my good friends accused me of being woke because I had the audacity to say anything that was perceived as negative about President Trump. And I said, woke? What is that? Are you kidding me right now? But it's, so he's a polarizing figure, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's good candidates out there. This is what I hope. I like it when I wish we could get 45 to 65-year-old people to run for president, be president, serve as president, and be a statesperson or a statesman.
We need term limits for Congress too.
You know, I mean, I wouldn't argue with that, but
I wouldn't either.
But it's just, I just think we're just so angry about everything right now.
And it's always nice when you have conversations kind of like this.
Yeah.
And and not, leave it and be done with it and move on to the Savannah Bananas.
I mean, I will just say this for me personally, I've been a pro-life guy my whole life. I don't automatically discount the conversation when they start talking about, well, what about in cases of rape or, I mean, to me, that's a valid conversation to have with somebody. But if I say that, like I just did, I promise you I'll go to coffee tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there'll be a few people that will launch on me because I said that.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's their right.
Yeah.
But I have a right to feel the way I feel also.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we just got to get back to having conversations.
Yeah, I think we're a long way from that. Unfortunately,
I don't know that we'll ever get back.
Because right now, when you go to the vote, so say you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, so for the next primaries for Republicans, you're probably going to vote for the person who can beat a Democrat. Whether you agree with them or not, you're probably going to pick the most popular one because you don't want that Democrat or Republican in office. Yeah. And that's just the way people look at it, I feel like, these days. Well, who can beat the other side? Who can I vote for can beat that person over there?
It's about political party and not about what's best for our country.
Yep. And
somebody just posted, talking about term limits, said this person thinks there should be term limits for school board members as well. I think it's healthy.
That's my classmate, Shay.
Shay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Michelle?
That's Shay.
Oh, how you doing, Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, why do I know that name?
I don't think you know Shay. I mean, you guys talk at the same level.
So we think our thoughts out.
Yeah, you think, yeah.
Very methodical.
You can hear 2 blocks away.
I was always told to project your voice.
So, Shay says term limits for school board members as well. Shay, I can see both sides of that.
I can see both sides, but I tend to agree more with Shay.
Okay.
I mean, I do. And this is why. I think it does 2 things. I think, number one, Dr. Simpson somewhere is in the fetal position right now crying here.
The broadcast.
Right.
The broadcast.
The podcast. But this is... But what I do like about it is I think it does 2 things. I think, number one, it's going to get more people involved in the process. Okay. I think because anybody that says, well, we want to have good, come on. Now, I'm not meaning this because we have one board member in particular here in Guthrie that served for years that I think has done a very good job.
Decades.
That I think has done a very good job. So you can give examples, to both sides, but I just think it's healthy to have fresh ideas come in. I mean, I think that's healthy at all levels. You agree with that? Be careful.
I don't know much about the scoreboard in this area.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's been voted on. I've been gone the last 18 years, so honestly, I can't argue either.
No, I mean just in general. I'm saying just the concept.
I'm sure it's I would imagine to be healthy.
Yeah, just the concept of it. Yep. That's why I said, we've got some people who've been here for decades that do a great job. But if I just think it's healthy.
I think it's
now there could also be an argument made for a good balance. It's good to have those really seasoned folks with the new people to come in because we've also seen people get elected. We're talking about school board, specifically school board, that thought that they now ran the school.
Yeah.
And that's not true
They
either.
thought they were the superintendent.
They were the superintendent.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way. And you see that at the city level, and you see that at every county level everywhere.
Yes.
The Guthrie City Council doesn't run the employees or the city of Guthrie.
No, they don't fire. They don't hire.
Yeah, they do none of that. But
they set policy.
But over the years, we've all seen people that thought they did. Now the smart ones figure out pretty quick that they don't.
Yeah.
And settle into a rhythm but yeah, I mean I like term limits. Rob Hudson, somebody I really respect. We've had a lot of good conversations about this, and he's really good to give. Now, of course, Rob could never come on and talk because he's a sitting judge, so he can't do that. But he's done he
would do it for me. I'm sure.
He's really I'm sure, Chris, he'd violate the law for you. Him and I have had some really good conversations about this, and Rob's been around politics, in politics, just around the process for most of his life. Very knowledgeable, and he can really explain things in a way that you go, oh, okay, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean, and those are good people to have around. I just know how I feel.
Yeah.
But saying all that, like we look locally. I think we've got an extremely good school board right now. I mean, my personal opinion.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they do a very, very good job, and it's a good mix of seasoned and newer members.
Yeah.
I think our city council does a good job. I think we're very lucky right now, in those two regards. Just
I know bigger cities like DFW. I mean, I didn't think I ever lived to see the day that the DFW scoreboard election made national headlines because of everything that's going on.
There's a lot of people moving in, a lot of people moving in.
This is a big deal now.
And those are nonpartisan, but they become political like they did in the Edmond school.
And there's potential legislation making the judicial process, the appointment of judges, taking that away and basically giving it to I'm going to mess this up, but essentially, I believe giving it to the governor or the legislators to make the decision. I can't remember who, but it's taken away from the current voting system and making it appointments. And I think that's dangerous.
Yeah.
I would say just to finish Shay's thing on school board, and also for county, a lot of these, if you go term limits, there's a lot of these races that only get one person. A lot of people run unopposed, and so if no one runs, then you're appointing people. So that's the other side of that deal. If you have term limits, then you have someone that has done a good job, but then now they have to leave, and then no one runs for that spot.
Well,
because our county elections.
Yeah,
I mean, no one ran for sheriff, except for obviously the name of it.
Right.
He ran unopposed.
I forget to get my ballot.
The treasurer ran unopposed. The assessor ran unopposed.
Now in the county commissioners, we got 2 that are up and 2 drew opponents.
Yeah.
This time around.
Yep. District 1, Marvin Goodman and Mark Sharpton.
Yep.
District 3, Monty Piercy and John Myers.
Yeah, Monty's in my district.
My district as well.
And I can promise you that's who I'm voting for.
Monty does a very good
job. He
job.
does an outstanding job and has for a long, long time. And I think just my 2 cents, I think he'll run away with it.
Well, it's the same election 4 years ago, and he got almost 70% of the vote.
Yeah. No, I mean, he does a tremendous job. But there's just, but overall, in our little world here that we all live in, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be people that are unhappy or they want to see this or see that. I've been on that side where I was unhappy, and I've been on the side where I'm happy. So it just,
we live in a democracy where we can go vote.
Yeah, you can go vote. That's the thing that if I could have one wish, honestly, and I really mean this, before I died, because I like my life overall. I've got a couple of nitwits in it that caused me a lot of pain, but no, neither one of you two.
Oh, yeah.
No. I mean, you know who the main one is. Causes me pain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's a hell of an acquaintance.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, but if truly, all joking aside, I would one time in my life like to see at least 50% voter turnout.
Yeah.
Just in any election.
Oh, yeah.
Just one time I'd like to see it.
Not going to happen.
I know. And it's sad.
We get happy when there's 12%
Well, we
people
had
vote.
the big yes or no question in the last election, and what, 300 people came out?
8%. No, it was
12. Almost 12.
About How about 1,200, wasn't there?
The visitor, 12% of the registered voters.
12% of the
Yeah.
registered voters,
Yeah.
yeah. But, yeah, I mean, but earlier we were
That was
talking.
good. That's a good
Oh,
turnout.
that's a great turnout.
Yeah.
No, because I told Chris I'd be surprised if we get over 400 people even voting this darn thing.
Almost 800.
I think it was more than that.
Was it more than
yeah,
that?
I think it was
Yeah.
right
I
at
can't
1,000. But anyway, it was good for that election. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you just
You know, for everyone, and I get to be around all the elected officials, and for they all try their best, and they all have. I would say if you run for office or be in office, you know, do what you think is best, make the right decision for what you think, but be approachable, listen, and you know, just
and
throw people away. Just a little respect, and
100%.
and I know that can be hard.
It can be.
We all can't do that 100% of the time, but if you can try most of the time, that would be my advice. Be approachable.
Shay just posted we need better diversity in Guthrie. I don't disagree with that, Shay. I think, you know, the beautiful thing is, though, is anybody can go register to go put their name in, to run, to go participate in the process.
Heck, not only diversity, but
I don't disagree at all. I mean, I'd always like to see as diverse of a representing body as we can.
Yep.
You know, I mean, that's important.
we don't even have runoff election. We don't even have
know.
two people running for an office. And some of those little school board last school board ran on, you know, new to the board. Matt Gerard's on there. Just had his third meeting, but no one filed even run against him.
Yeah.
So,
Well, school board to me is one of the most important positions there is.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's unbelievably important, especially in the times we live in now and everything we see. And we're kind of insulated in Oklahoma from a lot of the craziness, although it still does rear its head. We can see that in different places, but I think there's just I think it's so important that we make sure we get that right. You know, I mean, we've got to get that right for the kids and just for the community as a whole. It's very important.
Yeah.
Boys, it is 27 minutes from sleepy time.
Wow. Hey, Shay, good to see you. I got to see her I got to see her.
I get to see her all the time.
Why don't I know
that's-
Shay?
I go see her all the time.
What's today? Tuesday.
tends
I
to-
saw her last week. I saw her Friday.
She tends to run away when I walk in the building, but
Why is that?
Why do I not know Shay?
I don't know.
You bring bad news or?
No, I just love her.
Yeah.
Her and Miss Michelle.
Okay, wait a second.
yeah.
Okay, I got to Google Shay real quick. Is she on Facebook?
I believe so. Well, yeah, she's
I gotta
commenting.
see if I
She's
know.
commenting on Facebook,
Oh, that's a
Phil.
good point. Dude, see again, you could have just let that go.
Well, you know what?
Mean.
You just threw him a softball, Phil. What do
He
you
spends way
expect?
too much time with my favorite acquaintance. He's gotten really mean over the years.
All right. Hey, if anybody has anything real quick, we'll get in real quick. But if not, we're going to get out of here. So thank you, Shay. Appreciate your comments. And next time we do this, make sure to pop back on here. So we'll give them 60 more seconds. Come up with something, a question.
Well,
we're going to
talk
get out of here.
about while we're waiting for questions. We can talk about
I need a stretch.
second banana again.
Oh, yeah. Go right ahead.
Oh, I mean, subscribe. I mean,
yeah.
I'm tired of doing 15-minute bits. I'm ready to get into like something like this where we can talk for a while.
Yeah, we need. If you can go to on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, look us up. Second Banana Media, and the Second Banana Media is a podcast network, and we're working on bringing on a variety of podcasts from business to teachers to farming to medicine, just a whole bunch of stuff. And if you're interested in having a podcast, if you're a realtor and you want to talk about selling homes or anything like that, or if you're a fisherman and you want to talk about a fishing show, we have equipment, we have space, and you don't even need this space. You can do it from your own house as well.
Plug you in.
Yeah, we can help you out with whatever it is. So if you want to have your own podcast, it's real easy. We can help you out, and we can definitely do that. But go to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Second Banana Media is where you can find us. The only little thing on Twitter is it's the number 2, Second Banana Media. Everything else is spelled out that way.
Are we on the TikToks?
No.
We're not going to start doing videos?
No,
The TikToks?
Yeah, that's maybe next level once we have like a staff of 20 people. We can do that.
Chubbo's been wanting to do TikTok videos.
Have?
Well, it's my story.
Okay.
Let's see here. I got to check real quick. Oh, here we go. Wait a second here. I think I think I know Shay. Where does she live here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Shay.
That's 96.
Yeah, I think I know her.
96 kicks.
96 kicks.
Grant, question. There's a lot of talk about the Logan County roads. What do y'all think?
Oh, boy.
I can tell you, I'm a city boy, so I don't have to go to the county very
Sleepy
often.
time is being delayed tonight. Wow.
We don't spend a whole lot of time on
You had
it.
to give him 60 seconds, didn't you?
Yeah, hey, we appreciate that.
No, we do. Well, I know an unfortunate accident occurred yesterday. There's been a lot of talk about the condition of the roads. One particular county commissioner's taken it on the chin. You know, and in fairness, I have to say this. There's a bunch of roads that need repair, and there's only so much budget.
Yep.
And I don't know any details about that road because I'm with Chris. That's a road I never drive on.
I actually have to drive on it from time to time.
Yeah, I know you
for
do.
Emergency.
Right.
It's my back way to the west side.
Correct. But, you know, there's no question that we have some roads that are dangerous. But it's not just one or two. There's a bunch they have to pick from.
Yeah.
And so county commissioners as a whole, they have a tough job when it comes to the budgets that they have to fix the roads that need fixed.
Yep.
I can tell you this, and it's no secret, you know, I mean, our great name, you know, I mean, I'm thankful for the great name, Second Banana.
Second Banana?
I mean, but you know, it's easy to take pop shots at people. Some people make it easier than others to do that.
Yeah.
But it's a tough job, and there's not an endless supply of money to go fix every road that needs to be fixed. I know they try to prioritize them just from talking to my county commissioner. I mean, they're always trying to take care of the ones that are in the most need, the most heavily traveled, the most, you know, they evaluate all those things and try to make good decisions. And that's really all you can ask.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
there's
it's
nothing
not
else
just
you
a
can do.
Guthrie Logan County thing
No.
either. Piedmont has some horrible roads.
Oh gosh,
and
back
when you
roads in Piedmont's awful.
and a couple, it's probably been 3 years now. The Edmond mayor and one of the city council members for Edmond came down to Guthrie, and we were in a roundtable conversation. And their biggest needs, you know, Edmond has all the fancy restaurants and every retail store you can think of, but their number one need in Edmond is roads.
Yeah.
And that's Edmond. I mean, that's, you know.
Well, they're working down on Broadway right there.
Yeah,
Just right down
yeah.
on Second Street. They've been
Yeah.
working on that for years, it seems.
So
Been around a long time,
I'm with Phil. It is tough. You know, I attend all the county commissioner meetings. Obviously, a lot of people watch those as well. But it is tough. I mean, that's the number one job for the commissioner is the roads, and all three of them have their own obstacles. All three districts have their own deal. You know, District 1, Marvin Goodman, has a lot of asphalt roads, but he has more people and more traffic and more heavy equipment. Monty Piercy out in District 3 has a lot of dirt roads, a lot of bridges, and more rural area, more roads to grade. You know, everyone wants asphalt. Those are, you don't have to grade those. District 2 with Cody Ellis is kind of the same thing with a little bit of mix of gravel roads and asphalt. So to run for that spot, man, you got to have some thick skin.
Well,
I don't know if I'd be a good commissioner.
well, no, I can assure you I wouldn't be. But because it is, I mean, if there was an endless supply of money, and in today's world, an endless supply of employees.
And if it was easy, a lot of people would be running for it.
You're darn right.
There's not very many people running for
You're
these
darn right.
offices. So,
You're darn right. So,
all right. Thank you, Grant.
That's where we feel. That's what we feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cody says he'll do the TikToks. Okay. Time for us to exit stage left.
Why not right?
Okay, we exit stage right.
Thank you.
This has been the Open Mic Podcast. We'll break this up into segments.
Oh boy.
I will break this up into segments. There we go. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans. Talk to you next time. This has been the Open Mic Podcast.
Mosquito Authority.